Welcome back! Mission 2 of 007 Nightfire, the Alpine Escape. In similar fashion to Agent Under Fire, Nightfire likes to follow the same formula of, here's a rail shooting level. Now, I was never really that big of a fan of the rail shooting level from Agent Under Fire. This one does do a better job, but when I think of Bond, I don't think of a rail shooting level. I've never really been that big of a fan of those kind of segments in these games. I mean, they could be a lot worse, but it's definitely not as bad as Agent Under Fire's. Agent Under Fire's was pretty bad. Let's see. At least we get an overpowered set of weapons for this level. The only problem is that when you are being damaged, you don't really have a good sense of where you're being hit from. It doesn't exactly tell you the precise direction of where you're being hit. And that's not really that big of a deal in this game, especially playing on lower difficulties. 00 Agent, that can be a bit more of a hassle, but you really can't complain. This isn't... You know, first-person shooters, although they came into prominence in the 90s, I still consider this to be somewhat of an early first-person shooter, especially with what we have today when it comes to an FPS. This is still trying to work out all the kinks and try to perfect a system that makes it easy for the player, but they also have, and sometimes not so easy with a harder difficulty, but to also bring about a pleasant experience playing an FPS. I have nothing against games that are like complete rail shooters like House of the Dead, like arcade rail shooters. Those are pretty cool. I just don't think that for a Bond game they really should be in this particular game. Alright, there we go. Just making sure that I knew how to change my weapons. I'm gonna play chicken on snowmobiles. It's great. He's gonna lose. He didn't even fire a gun. No, that's not the left. This is the left.
Behind us, James.
Auto aim is your friend in these on-rail segments. Let's see. Oh, I don't remember what I have to do in particular here. Okay, I guess that's pretty easy. Shoot the switch in time.
Hang on tight. We're in for a bumpy ride.
For a second, I thought the growth on the ground, the grass or plants or whatever you want to call it, I thought they honestly looked like barbed wire. My, have we come a long way when it comes to visual graphics and gaming.
Looks like we shook him off.
It's not over yet. Back into the woods.
I'd also like to comment on the actor that they picked to play Bond in this one. He's better than the guy that they had for Agent Under Fire, but you know, when you use Pierce Brosnan's likeness in a game, I think you should really try to nail down that voice. And granted, I'm not saying that he did a bad job. I'm just saying it's not quite Pierce. If anything, it reminds me more of Timothy Dalton, which is really weird. Really weird. Although a Timothy Dalton Bond game would be badass. Love the Timothy Dalton movies. I'm a huge Bond fan. That's the entire reason why I'm doing this series of all these different Bond games. Bond moment number 27 in this game.
Looks like we're on foot from here.
Where exactly is here, James?
Not far from my rendezvous point.
And that does it for the Alpine Escape. I know this was a little bit of a short video, but save progress and see what kind of rewards that we get. Because they give you cheats for getting good scores. So looks like multiplayer stuff with a military snowmobile reward card. Don't really know what the reward cards are for other than cool graphics, but I'll take it. So next time we'll be going on a full-on driving level, which I'll go more in-depth into how I feel about the driving in Nightfire when we deal with Enemies Vanquished in Part 3 of 007 Nightfire. Until then, Phantasm Mask here, signing out.